What's going on, guys? New day in the garage. Well, it's always a new day in the garage. Dan here, DSP Shop, subscribe, all those things. So what are we working on today? Well, first off, I had I was screwing around with the electric motor a little bit. And I got to kind of work and then not work, and there's a few kind of bunged up things, so that's a project for later on. I do have, I think, a good vacuum operated one, or buy one off Amazon, or eBay, which I probably should have done anyways, but what are you gonna do? What I want to do is get the throttle cable figured out. So I went and bought like kind of a universal one. I think it was 30 bucks or something like that. So it's adjustable front and back. What I originally had was like a bike cable, which I had made. It didn't really work out. I had this little bracket, but this manifold was missing a few of these little nutsert things. I just put that one in. I just bought this kit off Amazon. So it comes with, oh, I can show you the whole kit, I guess. We'll get the full razzle dazzle tour. Metric, unfortunately. They make this in standard. You know about it, let me know. Man, do I hate metric stuff. I need the workbench here. Go over the battery workbench. Anyway, so it comes in a bunch of different sizes. Millimeter stuff. 4, 6, 8, whatever they are, 10. And a bunch of these little kind of pullers. So the way it works, you find out which one you need for the hole. So in this case, it's this size, which happens to be 6 millimeter. So it fits in there nice. Then, so you'd put it in, I guess on the machine, or maybe in there, I'm not really too sure if it really matters. You can also thread it with this thing. Then, you would do this two-handed, I guess. It's embarrassing. It gives it a pull. It collapses it. It's pretty mint. And then it kind of grabs. So I mean, you could use this for to like self-tappers and all that. So it sandwiches it in there. Basically just gets bigger, like a drywall anchor or something along those lines. So I'm putting those in there. So I'll make the bracket nice. We'll get that in there. I have to get the fuel pedal, which I haven't even put in. You know what? After I look at this, yeah, see, I built the old gas pedal little like wire connectors and stuff. This would have been smart to put in before that was installed, but we'll struggle, have a good time. Anyways, I'm gonna get that dialed together real quick. Just put another one in. I had to go buy some metric hardware. I don't got that in stock, but it looks like a pretty good unit. So we'll get that in there. We'll get the front started. Obviously, we'll just do whatever, adjust it. Then the gas pedal. The other thing I was screwing around with was more of this kill mat. I did the door. Oh, gentle buddy. I put some in the door here. So again, you can kind of that. Give it a good whack. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but that sure makes a difference. So we're gonna do the inside of both doors. Hopefully the drive shaft will be done tomorrow. So we're just kind of putskiing around, doing a little bit of cleaning up, doing a few things, because I really want to have the wheels turn. And then we'll focus on fitting the glass, doing the body work, and beat the tar out of it. So I'll get this installed. We'll see how she turns out. Well, this is an absolute fiasco, getting this throttle cable in line. So I built a little bracket, that was fine, but getting the, like, well, you can't see in there. I didn't put this piece on, but I got her going, so that's good. Wrap around some, it's a little on the long side, I could always shorten it, I guess, but I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. So, you know, it's got some easy loops, it feels fine on the pedal, no big deal. The problem being now, I need like a bike cable style end. What do I do with the old piece? Throwing it out, I guess. But it has like a little anchor, which I don't really have, and it came with this piece. This is obviously for like a carburetor or something like that. So I mean, I can always drill and do something, which I've already kind of, this is actually for the kickdown. I welded that on for the Turbo 350. So I ran it through and I just put a butt connector on it, which isn't great and a little extra slack, but it does work. We have wide open throttle. It holds it fine. I just like to get something in there. It's a little different. but this is fine for now. So now a couple of zap straps will make it look a little pretty. I'll put the cover on this thing, because let's be honest. Cover it up, these LS motors. That's why they sold covers with them, right? You couldn't get a small block Chevy with a cover on it. So yeah, cover it up. And maybe go a little sipper and come back, finish off doing that kill mat stuff. And wait for tomorrow. So there we go. You can't even tell the janky stuff we did out of there. Really, as long as I just bring another couple of butt connectors and a pair of side cutters, we can always get this thing going. Man, this thing is dirty. But, man, people pay up for these big Escalade covers too, shockingly enough. The only thing I want to do is probably take it up where the wiring harness goes around the back of this fuel line. I want to maybe anchor it into the firewall or zip tie it out of the way or do something, just because that's, you know, that's the kind of not getting rammy with anything. Anyways, break time for supper. Jam those together, maybe sit in the driver's seat, make a few rev noises, and call her done. I also got to clean up because, man, look how many tools I used to take apart a wiper motor and put on a throttle cable. Tonight's one of those nights where you're jamming, and I'm just not getting anything done. Alright, well, we're in the back here, and I took off this little inspection plate. I feel like Wilson from Home Improvement here. But, let's see if we can jam, we should be able to jam kind of two of these in here. I don't know what the, putting it in the doors, if there's any specific thing, it's a pain to get it in, for one. So I can't imagine you got to do the whole entire thing. And I overlapped the front door just because it was easier to kind of do, so get her up and in the best you can. Roller it, see what happens. I think on the side here it's not really going to affect the oh, I guess there's trim stuff back there. I thought for like the insulation factor, probably not so much because I'm not going to do the whole thing like the roof, but the taking that springiness out should be good. One down. I can jam two in here, no problem. And then one more kind of on overlapping a little bit of it, just to get the whole panel. Alright, well hopefully this sounds different on camera, otherwise it's just a waste of my time. Yeah, big difference. Well, in a car it's a big difference. Takes all the tinniness out of it. So, not bad. I can't imagine, like they say make it nice and clean. Inside the door panel, I mean, what are you going to do? Now that being said, for me, when I had just the skin on it, I probably should have wire wheeled the whole thing. And then done the Dynamat, and then put on the structure. But what fun is that? This is reality here. Anyways, I'll get the other side done, clean up a little bit, and then we'll give her a few gas pedal revs. This thing is going to be one sweet hot rod when it finally hits the road. I'm hoping that's in a couple of days. I'll see you guys tomorrow. What's going on, guys? Slight change of plans. Drive shaft's gonna take another day yet, probably. So, I gotta do something else. I pulled the wheels. I just zip tied up the brake lines there the way I did put shocks in it. You see the top of it there. That's all good. I hooked up the fuel tank sender. What else did I do? Cleaned up a little bit. But, I mean, kind of short list, we're getting there. So, I think we're going to do today. I was thinking about doing some body work because I really don't want to do it, but I have to. But I thought first things first, I got to finish. Like, even though this rear window opening probably looks okay on camera, it still has a lot of work. For instance, this is all the back stuff. We have to close that up. Same with up there. That's the old door post. It's a little gappy right there. Realistically, so we got to fit this piece of glass. Now this is just a piece I had kicking around, so it is factory Chevy glass or whatever. You can just have it cut. It is flat glass, so you could, if you wanted to, kind of just have this done up, you know, make it a cardboard template, have it cut and carry on. But I do want to put that green tinted glass in, which would be the same as this. So if I make this fit, in theory the green tinted glass will fit, right? See where I'm going with that? So I got to crawl in there and start off by zipping this out. On my 55 I did this. I actually had to cut all in there, and then a slit obviously down there so the glass does fit kind of low. Up in here is take this little post out, kind of carry on. There is a bit of a contour. Do this. Yeah. So that's where the door would have gone. Hopefully it's lighten up. But kind of carry on this contour the whole way around. And obviously it's not as high there, because that's where there would have been a separate back window which would have been fixed. So the glass is a little bit smaller. But we got to do that. Then we got to build something that's going to set on. And then I'm just going to urethane it in. That's all we're going to do. I mean, the 150 base models or deliveries, wherever, they had the glass fixed, so that's what we're going to do here. It'll be fine. I found, well, I had one here, garnish molding, and here's another one. So we'll get those in there. They're kind of a little ratty, but they'll do just fine. And I don't know, I thought I had another two-door one, but I guess this door didn't have it. So I have the garnish molding on that side, but not on that side. But that'll clean it up, make it look a lot nicer in here, right? We're going for pristine. So I'm gonna hop in here, start cutting. I'll probably just bring it in a couple of times versus actually recording it, because it's pretty ugly work, and getting in and out of here sucks. Probably should have done this way earlier, but it's a lame job. I don't want to do it. It's hard to hold here, but glass, it's in there. I got a little step. It kind of fits in there. So there you go. It really wasn't that bad. I had to cut out a little bit around the back, but I mean, let me rip the pieces. It wasn't even that much, and I just had the big grinding stone right where the doors meet. I just went right down, so it's got like a V in it, so it's still ultimately just as strong. Like, nothing came out, so that was easy. Just jinxed myself. But now we'll pull this glass out. We'll weld up in there. We'll make a patch there and a patch there, and yeah, a patch right there. And I'll put a few more welds up in there while I'm at it. And I guess I got to finish up in here. Wow, I really laced out in some things here. That's all done. But yeah, so I think I'll set the lapse camera up. Man, it's foggy in here. That's the problem with these old interiors. All that, these Tri-5s all smell the same when they're on fire. All of them. Every single one. But get that going. Now I can paint it, prep it, do whatever I gotta do. And well, I won't be painting it, but I'll put the glass in, put the garnish moldings and all that in. Then when it's ready for paint, it's really done. No big deal. And like I said, the other glass fit right in there. Actually, I'm gonna call it right now and double check he still has it. So with the garnish molding in, you can see it'll hide whatever I cut and it'll look good. I have those placards. It goes all the way to the back. So you can't even tell nothing was cut out of it, because that gap right there is still the original door gap from when it was a 4-door. Obviously, just has slightly different angles. And in here, like at the glass, so you can see how I just augered it out. We'll clean that up a little bit. In this little section here, it had the shelf, which is it would have been here all the way across. I just cut that out, but it is joined down below as well. So look at that, still it's strong, not folding together. Yeah, that's a win. I'll probably cut this out too, just because that's in the way. For no reason, but she's sturdy, and yeah, we'll start fixing this up. actually went a lot faster and turned out nice. So there we go. So what I did is I kind of marked where I want. I ground it down just like the thickness of the metal, sandwiched on top, welded it in. Same thing there. This is just a little gap I just filled, and then I put a little patch on the backside and put it in. That could have been nicer, but the problem is where the two panels meet, they actually both kind of curve down, and that's right where it is. So you're never making it flat. You make it flat to this panel and that panel, but either way it's got a transition, so there's going to be filler, that whole section. But there you go. That went pretty good. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to put a few more welds in there real quick, just because, me, all the extra safety. So we'll do that, and then, well, I'm going to start on the other side, I guess, but that's going to happen after supper. There we go. This one was a little easier. Didn't have, well, I guess I just did more work to it. Put a few good welds up there. I started in there with the flap wheel, but I'll get a grinding disc, not a cutoff disc, and not a grinder, but like they still like an in-between one. I'll get in there and take all that weight, because this is kind of relevant. Even at the back, you can see it's completely sealed up. So I just, get her down flat, put filler and run my finger across it, and then just sand it. And it's fine. We got this piece. This one I screwed up on. I used the wrong bit, so I had to add a second piece. So this one will need more body work and a lot more grinding yet. Down here turned out nice, can't complain. And then same thing, a little bit of filler in there. And when I do that, I'll get in the door jamb and whatever I gotta do. It'll be a lot of grinding, but I don't know if we'll do that later tonight. It is supper time, so I'm going in for a little supper. The glass fits on this side. I don't know if I showed that or explained that, but I did the same deal. Just zipped out the center. Gave myself a little channel for it to fit in, and same thing, trimmed the back so it fits no problem. Called the guy, he has the glass. It ain't cheap, but it's brand new. But I do like brand new glass. Unfortunately, I really like a brand new windshield, because that does make the absolute nicest. This windshield's in not bad shape. It's got a couple of where the window is, and there's a stone chip or two, I think, but it's not broken, and it's like original, so that'd be cool. Green glass on this fine hot rod. Man, we got a lot done. So I'm gonna have supper. I'll be back cleaning up. I don't know if I'll do any more or not, but if I am, I'll see you in a bit. Otherwise, I'll see you in a bit, which will be tomorrow, and we'll have a drive shaft hopefully, and we'll rip it a little, like 2 miles an hour down the back lane. Drive shaft's in. I may have mismeasured because when I put it in, it was a little short, and I double checked the measurements I gave, and I was wrong. So it's 3/4 of an inch too short, but you know what, it's fine for right now. And if we jump over train tracks and the drive shaft comes out, we'll know it was too short. Anyway, let's hit the wheel spin. Also, I forgot to get vacuum line for the transmission, and there's no kickdown cable, but that's fine. Forward and back. Right on. Okay, let's drop this thing down. We got no hood on it, and the deck lid has no hinges, so I'm gonna have to take the deck lid off, clean all the junk out of the trunk. Junk in the trunk, but we'll see if it goes around the block. Hopefully the tranny shifts okay without all the anything hooked up to it, but it'll be fine. On the ground, no hood, no deck lid, no glass, no problems, right?
All fun.
I'm gonna get the fire extinguisher out of the convertible real quick, and yeah, we'll go around the block. What's worse will happen? Breaks down? Nah. Ready? Oh, I never put gas in this thing.
If only you had 2 jerry cans out there.
They're empty, that's the problem.
Should we maybe go get some gas first?
Just going around the block. Those tires are loud, eh? Studded.
Tires are a little on the loud side.
Not bad.
A lot of dust blowing out of places.
Yeah, that'll happen. Line, she ain't shifting. Other than that, we're fine. Oh, there we go. Nope. It's got lots of first gear. Actually, it drives shockingly nice. Dude, there's people who can whip some donuts around here.
I love whipping donuts.
It's almost like we just had a car that was identical to this, and we took it all apart and put it back together, but it's black now. We did something. Definitely blazes those tires, no too much issue.
Sounds good.
It's a little noisy, eh? Not too bad. It's a little dusty.
It's very dusty.
It's almost like the car's been apart its whole life. Okay, so we gotta get vacuum lined for sure. Otherwise, it's running cool. It's charging. We got oil pressure. We just don't have gears in the transmission. It smells a little burny. I think that's just the brakes. Now we need to like wait till it gets dark on like another video and spin the tires on the concrete because then it'll spark, yeah. I think it's a win.
I think it's a great win.
That neighbor was not impressed.
Very unimpressed.
Luckily she can't go license plate in.
I think she watched us turn in.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. Went around the block. Just see anything smoking real quick. Yeah. Heat in the outdoors. Well, there you go. Runs, drives, does its thing. No fires, no issues. So do the transmission, give it a good cleaning, adjust the front end a little bit, the camber is just out of whack. There's no shims in it whatsoever, so it's rant. So we can take care of that. Actually have all the shims somewhere. I'm gonna put them all back in. And I might get Murr to come over and help with the hood on, so I think I can go on. And then I got to screw around with the trunk hinges because they were cut off on this thing. So maybe that's what we'll start next. We got body work to do, but hood and deck lid, and then I mean, it's a driver. All we gotta do is hook up a fan for the blower motor, glass in. We're driving this thing before snow. I made it. Alright, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'm gonna get started working right away. That's a new video for you guys. See you later.